Hi everyone, today we're going to play Leftovers with 15. In this game, you're going to divide your objects into equal groups and collect the leftovers. So these are all the materials that you're going to need. You're going to need 6 paper squares, 15 objects, 1 die, a cup, and a paper to write on. Here's how you play. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna roll, and whatever number I roll is the number of groups that I'm going to make with my pieces of paper. So I'm making 2 groups, and now I have to share my 15 objects equally between the 2 groups. So I have to create 2 equal groups. Whatever I have in one group has to be the same amount in the other group. Now with this last cube, I can't put it in either group because if I put it in one of the groups will not be even. One group will have 8 and the other will have 7. So that's my leftover. Now I'm going to write the number sentence to describe what we just did. So I started out with 15, I divided it into 2 equal groups, and I ended up with 7 in each group with 1 leftover, and we call that the remainder. And then in this game, your leftover just goes back in the cup. Now for the next round, you'll notice that I'm starting with 14, not 15, because I put my leftover in the cup. So now I'm going to take that 14 and divide it into 5 equal groups. So here I go to making my groups with 5 pieces of paper, and then I'm going to share my objects equally within each group. Now you'll notice here that I have 4 leftovers. If I start putting 1 more in each group, my groups won't be even. I'll have 4 groups that have 3 and 1 group that only has 2. So those are not equal groups, so I can't do it. So I'm going to take back those extra 4. Those are going to be my leftovers. They're going to go in my cup, but first let's write the equation. (14) divided into 5 equal groups, you'll get 2 in each group with a remainder of 4. My leftovers go in the cup. And now you should notice that since I put those 4 leftovers back in the cup, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 objects left to share. So my next equation is going to start with 10. Let's roll again. 2. Okay, that's 2 equal groups. Can you predict how that's going to turn out? Let's see. No remainder on this problem. 10 divided by 2 is 5. I can put 5 in each group equally. Okay, so let's see what happens when I have 10 and I'm dividing by 6. So let me make my 6 groups, and then I'm going to share my 10 objects equally in those 6 groups. Remember, every group has to have exactly the same amount. And I end up with 4 leftovers that I can't put into the groups because if I put them into the groups, my groups will not be equal. So I'm going to take those back. I have 4 leftovers. Let's write the equation. (10 divided by 6 equals 1 in each group with 4 leftovers. I'm going to put my leftovers in the cup. That cup's getting more and more full. And now I'm not starting with 10 anymore, I'm starting with 6. And we're going to divide those 6 into equal groups. Now you can keep playing this game until you only have 2 pieces left to play with. Once you get to 2, the only numbers you could roll to divide would be a 1 and a 2, and both of those will give you no leftovers. So the game is over when you only have 2 left to play with, and you've got 13 leftovers in your cup. So let's just sit back and watch how the rest of this game goes. Okay, so once my total is down to 5, we can call that total the dividend. I'm not going to be able to use a divisor that's greater than 5. So look at what's happening now. If I have 6 groups, how am I going to share these 5 objects into 6 groups? I would have to cut them into itty bitty pieces and then share those pieces out equally, and we're not going to do that. So if you roll a divisor that's greater than the dividend, you need to roll again until you get something less or equal to, and then you can go ahead and keep playing.